So tonight's topic, it's about communication and communication plan. So we start with definition of communication for project managers. In this course, we are teaching you to be a team member in a project happening in your organization. And first, you become a team member in the project team, then you will, with some experience, of course, you will be a project manager. As we discussed in the previous sessions, in the project management, we have lots of plans, and all these plans together creates what's so-called the project plan. So the project plan in details consists of many projects, some projects related to time management, cost management, scope management, quality management, procurement, risk management, and so forth. Today we are discussing the communication, but why we need to communicate. So we as project team members, we need to communicate, we need to convey the message, we need to get updates, report on something. I'm getting emails every day, and this is the case with everyone here. You are getting emails from different resources, different people, different organizations. Some of them are personal emails, some of them emails related to work. This is the main medium we are using nowadays for communication. It is the formal one. Do we use any other types of communication? Can you answer this question? So we are using different methods of communication, not only emails. What else we are using?
Texting and
messaging,
telephone.
Okay, I have some answers on the chat, I guess.
Zoom,
phone, yeah. Zoom for face-to-face communication, online video conferencing or meeting. Okay, what else? What about Twitter?
Written communication.
Yeah, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We use photos for communication. Yeah, Clubhouse. Has anyone heard about Clubhouse?
No.
New application for new social platform? Yes, Clubhouse. On the chat, SMS, Skype, Zoom, social media, Discord. Yes, correct. TikTok, Snapchat. How many of you heard about Clubhouse? I have account on Clubhouse since few weeks now. Got invitation, then okay. Clubhouse, it's a new one for the record. It's
but for a means of communication, wouldn't you really like to have like some sort of an audit trail there? So that you can, reference.
Yeah.
In case there's a dispute.
Yes, yes. I was telling Isaac, yeah, I will. I prefer emails, so I can use this one as an evidence or something. Yes, of course, but it depends. It depends on the type of message I need to convey, the type of communication. And for example, with my manager, I'm communicating with her through different ways or methods. So we have emails, we have text, we use Microsoft Teams, we use Zoom. So 4 main methods. We can have also phones, so five main methods. We can use other things, but I cannot use Twitter, for example, to communicate with my manager, or Facebook. While in TAFE, for example, they use Facebook for marketing. They use LinkedIn also for marketing. They use different blogs for different reasons. So yeah, we can use Instagram or whatever the method is. Since many years, since the beginning of people or creation or whatsoever, everyone communicates and need to communicate in different languages, in different ways. We have body language, we have facial expressions, we have handshake, we have many things. Smiling, we have webcams, we have many ways. So we in the project we need to communicate. I'm getting something on the chat. What is there? Erasmus Plus. I don't know what is that, Warren. What is that, Warren? What is Erasmus Plus? Is it a platform? Is it email? Something? I don't know.
It's a coaching communication application.
Okay. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So we have like application on smartphone or something to use it?
It's like a webcam, I think, or pretty much like Zoom, I suppose.
Okay.
Erasmus Plus Stint project. Open
Is
communication approach.
Is it secure? Is it better than Zoom from your point of view?
It's nothing I've actually tried. It's just something I've read about. So I think it's becoming more popular. Just another format.
Interesting. I'll write it down in my notes and search about it. So in other, I can use this knowledge later. Thank you for that. Okay, so we go back to project management. We have a project. We need to finish this project on time. We need to communicate. We communicate with stakeholders, with project team, with key stakeholders, with different entities. So we need to use different methods, and we will use different methods according to the stakeholder needs. So it is different from someone to another or some projects to another. So here we have the sender, we have the receiver, and the message. We need also to select the medium we are using, the method we are using to deliver this message. So if we are using this training, this workshop as an example, sometimes I'm the sender, I need to deliver a message to you as a receiver, and I'm using Zoom, I'm using my webcam, I'm using microphone, I'm using internet, I'm using laptop. So even though I'm using also Microsoft Project as a tool, I'm using Microsoft PowerPoint as a tool also in front of you. So we can use different technologies, different tools to deliver the message nowadays. We also mentioned social media and other methods. So this is the thing. We need to plan for that. Yes, of course, we need to plan for the communication. Why we need to plan for that? For many reasons. I need to set priorities. So, and need to know when I will deliver which message, to whom I should deliver this message. Something happened in my project. I have an issue. I have a delay with one of my team members. He is sick or she is sick. So what to do? I need to discuss. Someone facing issues. There is equipment not working. The car is not working today, and I need the car to deliver some goods or deliver some team members to the project site. So, okay, I have now a delay in my tasks. Should I inform my manager? Should I inform the customer? Should I inform financial manager? The rented car company, they increased the cost of the car rental. So should I inform my team? Should I inform the HR or financial manager? So we need to plan ahead, and we need to plan for what if the method is not working. So today, my manager called me. I couldn't answer the phone. So what she's going to do? She will email me. If I didn't reply to email and the phone calls, she will start getting maybe worried about me or angry or irritated, something. She will try to call again. Then there will be some actions taken based on the plan. So we should have a plan in place. This plan will be affected also by company culture. And this is what we call the environmental factors. So in some companies, they use Skype as the main medium for communication. Some other companies, they use emails or phone calls. So again, company culture, cost of this communication also will affect that. Let me tell you another example. In some countries, it is too expensive to use mobile phones. So we are not using mobile phones as a way of communication. We will use emails. Or internet is too expensive, so I cannot share YouTube videos in the delivery, or I cannot even use video in Zoom. So we will use only voice in Zoom. We are not using video. We are not enabling the webcam. In some countries, it is like that. In some countries, WhatsApp is blocked or Facebook Messenger is blocked. You cannot use it. It's blocked for a reason or another, but you cannot use it there. Some businesses, they depend on WhatsApp. They use WhatsApp heavily for everything. So whatever the method is and the tool we are using, we have a sender, we have receiver, we have a message, and we need to deliver this message. Then the receiver should give us some feedback, even though just nodding their heads or asking questions. This way or this operation will be affected by noise. So maybe I have some fan running in the room. It will create some noise. I have kids in my house during the online delivery, and they are making some noise, or I have some dogs, they barking, or some noisy neighbors as the ones I have, and I hope they didn't hear me. So all of that could be what create what's so-called noise in the communication. This could affect the communication negatively and hinder the communication. So we need to think about methods to get rid of this noise. Sometimes the noise comes like technical ones in the equipment or in translation. Sometimes we speak different languages. I deliver in one language. There is an interpreter in the middle. So this interpreter misinterprets something, or some errors happened, or something lost in translation. So this also could create some issues and challenges with the medium and the tool we are using. If you have this project running across different countries, different places, you will face larger communication issues. Maybe in Australia we have phone plans with unlimited calls and text, and it's affordable. My plan, for example, it's $25 a month with I think 8 gigabyte of data and unlimited phone calls and text. I'm not marketing, I'm not mentioning the name of the provider, but I think many providers, they have packages similar to this package or plan, which is affordable, like $25 a month. It's not a big number or a big, cost. If you are using, of course, the top-notch telecom providers, you will pay more. So it is the case with different countries. And this is one of the challenges with the communications. The cost of the tool. So another example, Zoom. So we are using Zoom now, and if you are using the free version of Zoom, Zoom will give you 40 minutes only for the free version. But if you need to have longer than that, you need to pay for the license. So the cost of the license will be cost of part of the cost of the project, and you need to put that into your calculation. Of course, as we mentioned, we need in our plan, we will think about the cost. We will think about the suitability of this tool. Is it enabled or not in the country or with that team? Other challenges like learning a new tool. As I was discussing a few months ago, no one knows how to use Zoom. Even though some of us were using Zoom this week for the first time, and that was the case with everyone a few weeks ago or a few months ago. And it's a learning curve. We need to learn something new. So cost involved, learning time involved, availability involved. We are studying cybersecurity here. So is it secure? This medium is secure or not? We can use WhatsApp. Okay, good. Everyone can use WhatsApp, but is it secure? Yes, it's encrypted, but they said they will share information with their owner, Facebook. You accept that, you don't accept that, what type of information, what is there, what is not there, and so forth. So there are other parameters or inputs we can think of when we use the medium. So I will call you on the phone instead of texting you, but when I call you, someone can hear me. So we need to think about that. If I will email you something, someone can intercept this email and read what is there. Should we encrypt that? Should we do something about that? So we need to think, we need to plan, we need to use different methods. With projects, usually we have a weekly meeting with the team and some key stakeholders. So during this weekly meeting, we will use face-to-face meeting if it's permitted. Face-to-face meeting. Then in that meeting, we will use projector, PowerPoint, sometimes Excel, sometimes other tools for representing the data or conveying the message or delivering this information to attendees. So we need to think about that. We have the sender, and in that case, the person with the information, the person has the information, could be person, could be entity. Like, for example, Channel 9, they are sending the news to us, so they are the sender, and they are using internet, Facebook, TV channel to deliver this message or different news. So the sender will encode the message and then transmitting it using different methods. We will decode that as receivers, we will decode the message, understand the message, then sometimes no, we cannot decode everything. For example, I couldn't understand some expressions mentioned in the TV. For example, there is someone saying, okay, I got my brekkie from Macca's, and I don't know what is brekkie and what is Macca, what's snagged on the Barbie. And I don't understand these expressions. I've never heard them before. Arvo, Sparky. I don't know these expressions, so it was a challenge for me. So now when I'm decoding the message, because of language capabilities, or I'm not familiar with some expressions of the language, I couldn't understand what they mean by getting my brekkie from Macca's, or having some snags on the Barbie. I don't know. But after some time, yeah, I can understand that. I can know that. I can decode that. So this is the idea behind encoding and expressing your message. And when you are delivering some kind of presentation, maybe you need to change the language to plain English. You don't use country-specific expressions, but sometimes you have to do that because this is the proper way, or this is what you know. And so, yeah, instead of brekkie, use breakfast. Instead of Macca's, use McDonald's, and so forth. But it's important. That's why we need, I'll go back to this slide. You need to think about, okay, I am the sender, sending the message using the channel to the receiver. The receiver will give me some feedback. I need to understand my audience. I need to understand their background. I need to understand their perception. This will help me to convey the message. And this is exactly what happens when you scroll through Facebook or you watch some YouTube videos. The type of ads you are seeing there, it's tailored. It's tailored to your needs or your likes or your previous experience. So if you are watching lots of videos about cars, yeah, YouTube will keep suggesting videos related to cars. If you are watching videos about hacking and cybersecurity, YouTube will keep that, or Facebook will keep showing you ads and suggesting pages to follow, groups to join related to your preference. So this is the whole idea. So you need to understand your audience when you deliver the message, and this understanding will be in the plan. So my manager, she prefers Excel sheet reporting. Maybe your manager prefers PowerPoint. The project customer, they prefer phone calls, emails, telling them about the weekly report in an email. Just tell us some few points in the email, or no, we want to have face-to-face meeting and you deliver a presentation there. So we need to understand our stakeholders, people affected by doing or not doing our project. The key stakeholder, we need to satisfy them. We need to plan for that. Weekly report, monthly report, every 6 months. For myself, I'll tell you about the reporting I'm doing. I have reports happening weekly about the delivery and the challenges. I have reports happening every quarter. So by the end of the term, I need to report on how many students submitted their assessments, and these assessments were marked. Some students were late and why they were late. How many students joined, how many students left, how many students attended and not attended, and so forth. So I need to report on that. In some cases, especially with international students, for example, the daily attendance in my sessions, I have to report on that. So every day after the session, the attendance roll, I have to report and say who attended and who didn't attend, especially with the international students, because of some standards or visa-related reporting and so forth. Good. Any questions? Any questions here? So on the screen here, you can see the message. So the encoded information the sender wants to share with the receiver. Then when the receiver wants to tell the sender some feedback, the receiver becomes the sender and the sender becomes the receiver. So now I'm explaining to you something. When you are asking me something, so I am at this moment, I will be the receiver and you will become the sender. Then the channel, we discussed the channel and we have some examples here, like face-to-face communication, email, video conference, telephone, Twitter, etc. Feedback, important feedback. And for you as a student in TIFF, as I was discussing in the beginning with Isaac, you can use the chat box here. You can text me, you can email me, you can call me if you want for any question. You can unmute your mic and interrupt me at any time to ask me something or giving me some feedback. Sam, you are too slow. Sam, you are too fast. Sam, repeat this one, and so forth. So you can give me some feedback. And this feedback loop is very important because this will help the communication to succeed and the delivery of the message. Noise, as we mentioned, we could have different types of noise. What's on the chat? Okay, all good. Okay, no problem. So noise could happen for different reasons. Maybe we are selecting the wrong channel or wrong method of communication. So maybe Zoom is not valid anymore. It is not secure anymore. We need to change Zoom. Many people, they migrated from WhatsApp to some other applications after the new updates of the privacy policy in WhatsApp. Many people, they are not using Facebook anymore because of different reasons, and they use different other platforms or social media platforms. So noise could happen because of wrong channel, wrong medium of communication. Here you can send the message in English to a non-native English speaker, so an uncommon word or phrase may get interpreted incorrectly. Yes, and this happens when we deliver, for example, courses to international students, and we face that, so we need to use plain English as much as we can. I know with something important with the IT delivery and presentations delivery related to cybersecurity jargons, using different jargons. The way you deliver a presentation to financial manager, for example, HR, marketing teams, it is totally different than delivering the same presentation to IT people. So you cannot use the same thing. You have to change the jargons or the technical definitions or technical expressions to use business ones. So I cannot discuss with my general manager and tell him, okay, we are using SSL or we are using IPsec, or he cannot understand what is that. So it's my mistake this way, it's my mistake. I'm the sender. I need to encode the message in a way that the receiver could understand. So it's important for every one of us to understand that, because in our career, in the new career, or going forward in the current career, you will deliver lots of messages through your reporting or presentations. And we have few units also discussing the communication slash presentation. So this is one of the important skills we need to acquire as human beings, not only as IT people. So what we discussed till now, different elements of the communication model. So we have the sender, receiver, we have the message, we have the medium, we have the noise, we have the loop back or feedback. So we plan for that, and we think about how this thing will happen. And another example is we are using Zoom for this delivery. So we planned for that before the delivery. We prepared some material, some PowerPoint presentation, or some other material, videos, PDF files. So we planned for the delivery. So we got license for Zoom. I have internet connection. I have my laptop. I have some preparation, so I can deliver the message to you. I prepared also my coffee, so I can get some sips during the delivery. Okay. During the delivery, we said we will face some issues like noise challenges in the language, in the medium. It is not secure, it's expensive, internet is not reliable, and so forth. So we need to plan ahead. How can we deal with these problems? How can we continue the communication? We can change the way of the communication. So last year we used to deliver courses like face-to-face courses, or have the meetings like face-to-face meetings. Because of what happened afterwards, we have to shift and change the way we are meeting into online meetings instead of face-to-face meetings. So that was the thing, or the elements we used to build the whole communication model. Okay. Now, any questions with that? Any questions? So that was a definition of communication for project managers. Okay, let me stop this one, and I will share the screen. Okay. Good question about chatbots. They have chatbots just to give some good feelings for online customers and saving some money. To be honest, as personal perception, I can see their usage and benefits as a way of reducing phone calls or answering the repetitive questions. Other than that, they can't do anything else. So if I'm asking a repetitive question or a common question about resetting my password in this website, or getting an insurance code for my car, so it's a kind of automated thing. It can happen. It's a way of communication that, yeah, gives the customer some satisfaction, but of course the personal interaction will have the better effect. Good. So here in this part we are discussing communication plan, and once we're done with tonight's session, I will upload these two files to Connect. By the way, in Connect you have everything you need now, but I will upload that as an additional resources. Good. How we will create the project communication plan? We discussed the importance of the communication plan and different elements. So we need to create the project communication plan, and this plan or the planning for the communication will happen during the planning phase. If you remember the 5 phases of the project, the first one is initiation, then planning, then anyone can remind me with the other phases, 3 phases?
Execution.
What else? So we have execution. What other phases after execution? Anyone remember, or you are shy?
Monitoring and controlling.
Monitoring and controlling. Good. Then last one, final phase.
Implementation.
I couldn't hear. Can you repeat that?
Implementation.
Implementation is execution.
Is closing.
Closing, yes. So we have initiation, we have planning, we have execution, we execute the plan. During the execution, sometimes we update, or most of the time we update the plan. We will have also monitoring and controlling all over the place, everywhere, and in every step in the project. Then we will have closure or closing the project, the final phase. Okay, so we are here discussing the project communication plan, which means we are still in the planning phase of the project. So in the planning phase of the project, we will create the high-level communication management plan, and we will define the requirements. For example, why you are creating this plan. So what is the purpose? What is the approach? What are the objectives? Who will do what? So who will report on expenditure? Do I have someone or a team maybe will report on the cost expenditure? Or the project manager himself will report on everything. If it is a small project, the project manager will do everything. But if it is a big project, so we have teams, we have people doing that, we have different roles in the communication So related to the communication, so they will do that. What are the tools and methods we are using, and what are the messages we need to deliver? Should we report incidents? Should we report only positives, or positives and negatives? And to whom? Do we have to keep the negatives internal, or should we communicate with a third party if there is a problem with WHS, for example? So maybe we need to communicate and contact a third party. Good. When we will start the communication? Is it before the project or once we started the execution? In most cases, we will start the communication before the project. We will have meetings, we will have emails, we will exchange some information here and there. We need to form the team, so we communicate with the team and using different methods, so we can have the team, the project management team, I mean. What will be there? What is the plan, purpose, and approach? Why we are having the plan? So if we agree on the plan and it's approved, so no stakeholder will come to you and say, oh, I was expecting an email every week telling me about the status of the project. Why we didn't include that in the plan? Why we didn't meet the key stakeholder requirement? If it is in the plan, so we need to execute it. If it is not in the plan, we will discuss why it wasn't there. Should we update the plan, or this person asking for something that we don't need to do it for a reason or another? Should we report weekly using emails, Excel sheet, face-to-face meeting, online meeting? Okay. What are the goals? Should I just inform my manager about the challenges I'm facing in the project so she can help me with the solution? Or I'm just telling her to inform her that there was a challenge and I solved this challenge? Sometimes this is the case. Again, it depends on our goals and objectives. So if I'm facing a problem, should I run to my manager, tell her I have a problem, please help me with the solution? Or I should find the solution first, then inform my manager about the problem and the solution I have implemented, tested, and everything is fine now. So it depends. We need to agree on that. We need to have that in the plan. Should we ask for acceptance during the reporting? So for example, I'm sending reports every week. Should I expect feedback saying, okay, good, fine, or no one will give me any feedback? I will just inform people and they will read it or not read the email, or what will happen? Should I have some way of feedback without getting to know the person? I mean, in anonymous way, so like comments or some feedbacks without revealing the person details? Could be. Here in this slide, they are talking about different roles in the communication, like the sponsor, the manager, management team, steering team, project lead, team members. We don't have to have all these roles in place. These are just some examples, and we use them here just to we can name a few, but not everyone is mentioned here. If the project, as I mentioned before, if the project is a small one, maybe the project manager will do everything, or just an assistant will do everything. Sometimes it's a big project, so I have one team for communication, whole team for communication, another team for documentation and filing, for example. So for the communication, someone is responsible for communicating with vendors or third-party insurance companies. Someone is responsible for reporting on project status. If the project on time, we are spending the budget within the limit, we are using our time within the limit, or we are not. So someone is responsible for time management and reporting on that. Another person or team is responsible for cost management, scope management, and so forth. So we can report on different aspects. Different tools. So we need to think about the different tools, and by all means, we will use more than one tool. For sure, we will use more than one tool. We might use text, we will use emails, presentations, phone calls, many things. Face-to-face meetings, online meetings, and so forth. So what about informing others? Yeah, in my project, we done with phase 1, so we need to market that if needed. So we done with phase 1 of this new property development or new stadium or something. So we might communicate that through mainstream media or some newsletters and so forth. So we have different methods, and we need to think about that. High-level project communication messages. So I'm getting, for example, updates from management telling us, okay, the new building is about to finish. We will move to the new building by September 2021, and we're almost done with the project. So I'm getting very high-level communication messages. I'm not sure of what is there. I'm just one of the stakeholders, not the key stakeholders, one of the employees in this organization, and I will move to the new building. So this project affecting me. So I'm getting some emails every now and then telling me, okay, we done with the first floor in the new building. We done with the second floor of the new building. We done with everything. Now we are working on furniture or connections or painting or something like that. And we bought the new furniture. Now we have furniture in place. We start moving the boxes from building A to building B. So we are getting high-level project communication messages through emails, through webinars, online meeting, something. We can use different tools. In some cases or some organizations, they use posters or photos. So they have new posters or many posters with the new service, with the new achievement across the building or across the country or across the state. So social distance or hand sanitizer is in place. So we had a project to have hand sanitizers everywhere. So we need to inform everyone now the hand sanitizer location is here and there, or the new fire extinguisher, or the new CCTV camera is in place. So we had a project to implement new surveillance system to increase the security in our building. Now we are telling people we're done with the first floor, second floor. There is surveillance camera in place. Tell them. So we need to tell someone. So we have some posters on the walls telling us surveillance camera in operation. We might need to draw some flow charts or sequence or process for the communication plan. So we will think about who are our audience or stakeholders, who are they, what type of messages or message we are delivering, who will send this email, project manager, assistant, project sponsor, someone, when this email will come, or this newsletter or this meeting will happen, when and for how long, what is the duration of the meeting, is it 1 hour or 15 minutes, or is it a daily meeting with 10 minutes, or weekly meeting 1 hour, 2 hours, how we will deliver the message. Should we report on the status? Okay, we need to also think about, in the plan, we need to think about how we will update this plan and who is authorized to update the communication plan. So should I update that plan myself as a project manager, or should my team, or I have someone responsible for the communication, they will update the plan? We should sit together, discuss that. Maybe this is the better idea, or this is the best way. We sit together and we discuss. But if we sit together and discuss the communication, maybe this will take some time, or maybe we will have some conflict. Maybe we can't find suitable time to sit together and update. So we need to think about a way to improve the plan itself. So we need to plan for the plan. We need to plan for improving the current plan, okay? Whatever this plan is, communication or something else. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Yeah, good. Then the document or the planning document will be a working document, so we will keep updating this document. So we will create something like the one you see on the screen here, project communication action plan. On the left, we have stakeholder. So who is the stakeholder and what message, who will send this message, and what is the schedule every week? Okay, every week when? On Wednesday, for example. What is the delivery method? Email. So status, okay, what is the status? We are on budget. Some comments. We are doing good with the expenditure. Who is the communicator? Maybe Frank will send this email every Wednesday about the expenditure to my manager, John Citizen. So this is the stakeholder, John Citizen, should get the message, the updates about expenditure, and Frank will send this email every Wednesday with the status of that expenditure. So we create this project communication action plan, simple one like that. Of course, online there are hundreds of or thousands of templates, but you don't need to complicate things. We are trying to simplify things. Of course, if it's a bigger project, we might need to add some columns here or different formats or whatsoever, but the one we have in front of us is more than enough as a beginning and something to explain what we need to do and how the plan will look like. So it will look like that. It could be just a simple Word or Excel table. Okay, so we will plan, we will execute the communication plan, and after approval, of course, sometimes we discover we need to update this plan. So as we said before, we're here. I think here in this slide or the slide before, we will keep updating. Yes, here. So your action plan will be a working document that will change as your project communication needs change. So if something changed, stakeholder changed, the methodology changed, the way we deliver the message changed. So we need to change the plan. Okay. Then finishing this plan, good, approval, and we need to approve that. Sometimes you don't need to approve. If you have the authority as a project manager, you will approve the plan. You will create the plan with your team, so you can have the buy-in from the team. Every team member will feel they are part of the project. They have participated in the planning phase, and they will deliver the plan. That was the point related to, or the topic related to project management plan. I hope it was informative, you gained some knowledge, and I hope to get some feedback from you. So I will stop the recording now, and if you have a question, just ask me.